Have you ever found yourself just staring out the window? And then maybe you suddenly snap to and you think, oh my goodness, I have so much work to do, or I've got a long laundry list of things that I've got to get done. Or maybe you even have flashbacks to when you were a kid and a parent or a teacher yelled, stop daydreaming. And suddenly your whole body is like, okay, I better get back to work. And that fun moment has just dissipated into thin air. Well, I'm here to tell you daydreaming is a good thing. And I actually think it's a lost skill and something that has some serious benefits that's worth bringing back into your adult life if it's something that you've lost. Research has actually shown that there are some real benefits to daydreaming. The first one is it's a stress reliever. And stress is rampant in this world right now. In fact, WHO says that it's the number one source or it's the number one health concern in the world. We know that it creates inflammation and it just wreaks havoc on every part of your life, your mental, your physical, your emotional, and all areas of your life. So finding different ways in which you can manage it is a good thing. And daydreaming is one of them. And one of the reasons is because it taps into this concept that your body doesn't know the difference between what's imagined and what's real. So if you allow yourself to just imagine being on a beach or going on your favorite vacation or playing with some puppies or maybe walking hand in hand with somebody that you love, even if it's an imaginary person, all those things make you feel good. And you feel what you focus on. So there's a shift, a literal physiological shift in how you feel just based on a little bit of daydreaming. So it is a tool that can be used for stress. Now, one of the reasons why it got a little bit of a bad rap in that department is because they found that some people, when just left to their own daydreaming devices, will just think of negative things, and then they'll start repeating it, because we know we repeat our thoughts a lot. And so they'll start to ruminate over negative things. That was part of bringing us back into this idea of being present, just being in the present moment. And that's also a great tool for stress. And it's another one. Daydreaming is also really useful if you can guide it and shift it towards something that's positive. The second benefit to daydreaming is that it actually opens up problem solving and creativity. In fact, there's a great study that was done with college students that gave them a list of things, just like little things, toothpicks, bricks, and they had to come up with as many uses for these types of things in 2 minutes. And one group was allowed to just daydream before they started this thing, and the other group had to go right into it. And the group that had the daydreaming time were 41% more productive and came up with more ideas. So it can be really, really helpful if you have a creative project. Sometimes just the stress of, I need to be creative now, I'm going, sit down and figure this out, can stop all creative flow. Plus there's something in the daydreaming mechanism that creates a flow between your left and your right brain. So your analytical problem-solving mind and your right brain, your more creative mind, there's an energy flow that goes in between them. And with that, it opens up different ideas and different possibilities and different solutions. So give yourself a little daydreaming time if you've got a creative project on deck, or if you're feeling stuck. Take a walk and just let your mind wander. And then the third reason, and I kind of touched upon it just there, is it opens up the world of possibility. Every idea, every action started with some kind of a thought, some kind of an imaginative thought. And we know that some of the greatest inventors, the greatest creators in time have come up with thoughts that everybody thought was insane or crazy. And somehow they made that crazy imaginative idea a reality. And so it opens it up, it expands your mind into what's possible for you. I know, so I had a client recently who's looking to build her career. She's an artist, and she was looking at different possibilities of things she could do. And I had given her the idea of just go daydream on it. She kind of looked at me. Now, she's pretty used to daydreaming for her own projects, but daydreaming about something business was a bit foreign. She went off and she decided to try. She came back and she's like, that was a lot harder than I thought. But in that process, came up with some really awesome and creative ideas. And in further delving in and allowing that mind to just sort of go, she even realized she knew somebody that could really help her in that. So it's a place we have a lot of stored information that gets blocked because we got all these things we have to do. And so by just tapping in and allowing it to flow, it starts to actually access different parts of your brain, and things will come to the forefront that could be really, really useful. So there is one caveat to this whole thing, is the directing. They found that daydreaming is, in fact, a skill, and it can be learned, or I should say relearned from childhood. It's something we all did very naturally until we were told we shouldn't. And so it is something you can practice. But what they did find is when people were just left to daydream, they got stuck. It was hard. They couldn't figure out what to daydream about, and then they would get stuck in some of those negative traps. And so choosing different topics helped enormously, and guiding people in that direction made them 50% happier in the whole process. So maybe you need a little prompt. What would make you happy? What's a vacation you always dreamed of? If you could do anything and money was no object, what would you do? If you could do something and you knew you wouldn't fail, what would that be? And just let yourself go. Just dream and practice that. And if you want a bonus, we're gonna Moticise it. Because really, Moticise is built on the foundation of this very thing. And there is a part within Moticise where you step into the future and you just imagine all kinds of possibilities. So if you want to really heighten it, exercise while you're doing it. You can do it while you're swimming or walking or running or biking. It helps if it's something that you don't have to think about a step, like you don't want to be learning a dance move while doing this. But if you just do something that's repetitive that you know how to do, it really allows your brain to open. And we know that our brains are more open when we're exercising. It makes you more focused and creative, and will help you problem solve there too. So if you want to supercharge it, add exercise. But whatever you do, give yourself permission. Forget those that said you shouldn't do it. Research has proved that's not correct. So go off, daydream, have fun, allow yourself to be limitless, and shine.